Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. I would like to apologize to the technical people. Nahilo sila kanina because I wanted to control my own presentation. Today, I would like to talk about perfecting an entertainment export. When I go abroad, I always around hotels and I always see that the entertainment is being offered by Filipinos. And sometimes I take time to talk to these entertainers and ask them, how long have you been in this business? And they say, 15 years, 20 years. And what do you hope to achieve? And they say, well, we're good for another 20 years. They don't talk about moving up the value chain or becoming superstars. Well, I would like to think that it is possible to perfect our entertainment export. That's the sound of an alto singing. And as you can see, I gave you the correct notes. I have do, re, mi, fa, sol, A, B, C. This is what you are familiar with. In my world, I think of pitch in this manner. I have the numbers to show, and I can tell you that the relationship between two notes is 2 to the 112, and between the two highest notes, it's 2 or 1/2. Now, people, you are all familiar with pitch. When you're talking to a baby, you never say, "Kochi, kochi, ko." Or when you're trying to impress a girl, you never say, "By the way, my name is Jeff." So we are familiar with pitch. It is just that, in my particular expertise, we think about pitch in terms of numbers. And the pictures that you've shown are just, the regular pitch. We can see more. So here's the note D. We're supposed to hear a sound there. And then here's the note Mi. And then between those two notes, there are 100 gradients. In my field, we're able to measure that using this equation. Don't worry. This is just an equation telling you that it is possible to break down any periodic signal into a sum of cosines and sines. But wait, you actually have that equation wired in your brain through 4,000 nerve fibers from your cochlea. Inside the cochlea are hairs, and those hairs can only react to certain frequencies. So basically, your ear is a Fourier transformer. So when you go home tonight, you tell your mom, I have a Fourier transformer. This is the way music is always shown. Notes on a staff, and then you understand what they mean. But for me, I would like to think of musical in this manner. This is actually the equation that I showed you a while ago. You see on the x-axis you have frequency, on the y-axis you have time. What I'm trying to show here is that we are able to measure the time in milliseconds, the frequency in cents, so that we can actually create a karaoke scorer. When you use a karaoke today, when you shout, you get 100. Yes. But when you are singing with lots of feelings, beautiful voice, you get very low score. And the reason is that the karaoke singer, the karaoke machines, they don't measure your frequency, they don't measure your time. So in our case, we are able to measure it. What you see as the red lines are actually the notes that are being sung by the person. The gray lines are the correct notes. And you can see madaming mistake itong singer na to, di ba? I was the one who sang that. And when I took my score, I did very well on timing, 82%. Kita mo naman, the timing is good. Sumasabay yung red at saka yung gray. Off lang yung pitch. Sa pitch, mababang score ko 54. But overall, I get a score of 64. When we created this software, we actually asked 3 professors from the UP College of Music to help us. So it is as if 3 professors from music are grading you. But it's not enough that you get the pitch right. We want to end up with singers who are world class. So we wanted to figure out a way to tell the singer that, people can actually understand what you're singing and your voice quality is really good. So we came up with a survey for singers. What do you want to measure? So the number one is pitch. And then the other one is effectiveness of vibrato, spectrogram display, and so on. So we came up with this software. This is what we call pedagogical tool for vowel migration, PTVM. On the left side, you will see a measurement of your audio, and then you will see your spectral envelope. Singers would like to align their spectral envelope format number one with their pitch. And then on the bottom, you will see how well your vibrato is working. In the middle, you will see what vowel 100 people can perceive you to be singing. And then at the bottom, at the middle, you have the spectrogram, which is how rich your voice is. At the bottom, you have the note that you're singing. And then you can record what you're singing. You have a metronome, a MIDI for the background or the accompaniment, and then some other information. Now, the PTVM that we developed was actually a collaboration with the College of Music. We asked 40 singers to be recorded with their vocalization. Then we asked them to sing 3 Filipino songs. Then we asked 100 listeners to tell us what vowel are these people singing. And then we did a classifier using neural networks and artificial intelligence. Then we did a survey of the singer's input. We created all the applications that they wanted. And then we actually did a psychoacoustic test to measure the performance of the PTVM. So when you're using our software, it is as if you have 100 judges listening to you. So the test is like this. We ask a person to do vocalization without seeing the PTVM, and then next time we show them how they are performing. Then we ask them to play with the tool for about an hour. Then we measure again their performance. So I think I see Sherwin here. He was the guy that we recorded. And then, so he was not facing the computer, as you can see, in the first test. In the second test, he was facing the computer. And then we gave him some instructions and pointers. And then he finally used it for the third test. So you can see that he's actually singing the note, the vowel O. These are the results overall. With just 1 hour with our machine, the performance of the person, on the average, improved from 52% to 56%, from test 1 to test 3, then offline from 52% to 57%. This is just 1 hour of playing with the tool. And we believe that if more people can use this, more people can actually sing better. As you can see, there were several mistakes in the vowel perception for this particular singer. And there were several mistakes in the notes that he was singing. But he did not know that we were actually recording him. The point here is that it is possible to have measurement tools to make you sing better, sound better. In the future, what we're working on right now is to be able to put our software into handheld devices. Our final objective is that we should be able to put the software in the cheapest cell phone so that anybody can actually have access to this kind of technology. I have to acknowledge my co-workers, Dina Koimo, Verge, Tria, Jack, Rachel, and the EasyBall, Ralph, Gary, and DJ from Computer Science, of course the open grant from the OBCRD, and emerging fields from the OBCPA. You know, if you studied music when you were a kid, your IQ will be higher. But here is my pitch. Here at the UP, we have what we call the UP Enterprise. This is a place where if you have great ideas, you can actually turn them to businesses. This place will actually offer you financial, accounting, legal, etc. advice and help if you have a great idea. And they will also offer you seeding. I would like to think that in the University of the Philippines, there are great ideas that can actually be incubated at the UP Enterprise. Now, I'm an engineer. I have to give you an analogy in terms of engineering. Gold is a big product of the Philippines. We exported 37 tons last year, worth 53 billion. But did you know that when we buy back gold from Hong Kong, we pay 7 times the amount that we sold it? What is the reason? It's because we just want to export raw material. We don't want to develop the material. Similar to singers, we don't need to export raw material. We need to develop our material so that we will be able to perfect entertainment export to the country.